Hey, welcome back to government class, everybody. It is Friday, October 23rd, 2020. You know what that means? Been telling you all week. We got a weekly review quiz today. So, here's how things are going to go down. I'm going to give you a 5-minute review, kind of how we've been doing over the past few classes. It's going to be all to yourself. It's going to be that PowerPoint flip presentation kind of thing. I'm mixing up the questions, putting them in different orders, asking them a little bit differently. If you know them, you will be able to do very well on your weekly review quiz. I'm not giving you the answers today to your 5-minute review because then you would probably have quite a few answers to the quiz. After that, we're going to talk about some plans of government. We started talking about the Constitutional Convention last class, the Miracle at Philadelphia. Today, you are going to do a little research on the Virginia plan and the New Jersey plan. After that, we'll do our quiz. I'll give you the assignment and then give you the attendance question and get you on the way to the weekend. So, without any further ado, 5-minute review time. Let's go. All right, guys, here we go. 5-minute review time. We're going to move fast. Remember, like I said, no answers are given during this 5-minute review today because you have a quiz a little bit later on. Try to answer them the best that you can. This will be a good gauge to see how much you've learned and how prepared you are for our quiz later in this class. Number 1, what was the United States' first constitution called? Why didn't the Articles of Confederation work? There were a bunch of reasons, but what was the overarching theme of the Articles of Confederation? Give me 5 weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation. List 5. Why was the requirement of 9 out of 13 states being present to pass a law a problem? Why was that an issue? What was the problem with requiring 9 out of 13 states to be there? What does the word amend mean? What was the flashpoint or the event that led to Alexander Hamilton and others calling for another convention in Philadelphia? What was the only purpose of the Philadelphia Convention? And what did they do in Philadelphia instead? They went there for one reason, but they actually did something completely different. You might even call it a miracle. Who is considered to be the father of the Constitution because he took such good notes during all the debates? Who is this guy who you might know from the $2 bill? Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Who owned slaves? And who is this guy who you might know, if you're lucky, from the $100 bill? Who helped discover things about electricity and created many different objects? What were 3 characteristics of the delegates at the Constitutional Convention? And which plan during the convention was for the large states and gave votes to states based on the state's population? Large states based on population. What was the name of that plan? Which plan was for the small states and gave equal votes to all states, regardless of population? Whether you had 100 people or 10,000 people, everybody had the same amount of votes. What was the name of the compromise that took pieces from both of those plans? You could give me 2 answers here. What was the name of the other compromise that counted slaves as 3/5 of a person? For what 2 reasons were slaves counted as 3/5 of a person? When was the Constitution signed? Give me the month, day, and the year. And that, my friends, is the end of your 5-minute review. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so for today's assignment, I said we were going to be talking about the plans of government. that we studied last class in our Constitutional Convention. We have the New Jersey Plan and the Virginia Plan. Now, what this assignment is going to require of you, two things. One, piece of paper and a pencil. All right, go ahead and get that. The second thing you're going to need is our notes from last class. You may also need the internet, but definitely piece of paper, pencil, and your notes from last class. Once you have those, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your piece of paper, and on one side, you're going to write New Jersey Plan and underline it. Skip over this for now. On the other side of your piece of paper, you're going to write Virginia Plan and underline it. Now, doesn't matter if you have your paper normal way or turn it sideways, as long as you have one plan on one side, one plan on the other. Once you do that, you're going to take a look at these list of characteristics. And each one of these characteristics falls underneath one of these two plans. It is going to be up to you to decide which. For example, bicameral legislature. You are going to take this characteristic and either write it under Virginia Plan or write it under New Jersey Plan, whichever one is accurate. You're then going to take a look at, plan for the small states. Which one of these two was a plan for the small states? You'll write plan for the small states underneath Virginia Plan or plan for the small states under New Jersey Plan, whichever one is correct. Now, I said there are 9 of them. Make sure you use all 9. You will not see any one of these on both sides, all right? They represent only one plan. So this is all stuff we talked about last class. You may need the internet if one of these isn't in our notes, but I'm pretty sure they all are. Again, you're just going to take each one of these and choose which plan they go under. Weak executive branch. Which one of these plans had a weak executive branch? Equal votes for all states. Which one of these had equal votes for all states? Plan for the big states. Was it the New Jersey Plan or was the Virginia Plan the plan for the big states? All right, make sure you use all 9. You're going to obviously have some on one side, some on the other, nothing left over. All right? All right, guys. Got you brought down to the desk here, board erased, time for the weekly review quiz. You need a piece of paper and a pencil. Number that puppy 1 to 10. Give yourself 3 extra credit questions as well. Bonus stars, if you will. And let's get this puppy rolling. Question number 1. What was the name of the United States' first Constitution? Should be a very easy one if you've been paying attention. Number 2, and remember, pause if you need to at any point in time. Number 2, why didn't this Constitution work? What was one of the overarching themes about it? There were a lot of reasons it didn't work, but what was the one main reason that this did not work as our first Constitution? Speaking of that Constitution, question number 3 is actually a 3-part question. You're going to give me 3 answers. What I want you to do, is list 3 problems with that first Constitution. The very first Constitution we had, what were 3 of the issues? We talked about a few of them, at least 5. Number 4 is what event led to the Founding Fathers calling for the Philadelphia Convention? It was a flashpoint where people like Alexander Hamilton said, yo, boys, this Constitution, this first Constitution isn't going to work out. It is not going to work out. We need to have another convention. Number 5. What was the founders' main purpose when having that convention? What did they want to do? They only had one goal when they started it. Number 6 is, what did they do instead? Or what did they create instead at the Philadelphia Convention? Number 7 is, who is considered to be the father of the United States Constitution? Because he took so many amazing notes during the debates and was able to help bring the sides together. He listened to what everybody said, what everybody wanted. Number 8, what was the name of the plan for the small states, the states with fewer people, smaller populations? What was the name of the plan that they brought to the table? Number 9, stay with that trend there. What was the name of the plan for the big states? What was the name of the plan for the big states? Remember, big as in population, a lot of people. What was the name of that plan? Excuse me. And number 10, what was the name of the compromise that took ideas from both of those two plans and put them together? You could give me 2 answers for that one right there. You could give me 2 answers. And then our 3 bonus questions. Bonus question number 1. How much of a person did a slave count as when the United States Constitution was first written? How much did a slave count as? Number 12, or bonus question number 2. What does the word amend mean? I gave you 2 possible definitions. And finally, number 13. What month, day, and year was the Constitution signed? If you don't remember from our notes, maybe you remember from when we celebrated Constitution Day. School-wide event, everybody, every class did something with the Constitution on this day because that was the day the Constitution was signed. Give me the month, day, and the year. That is your weekly review quiz. Go ahead, finish on up, and if you need to, rewind, get some of those questions. That is completely all right if I went too fast and you didn't pause. And when you're done, you'll be taking a picture. All right? All right, guys. Hope you did well on that quiz. Going to get you into the weekend here with an easy assignment and attendance question. The assignment, as we've already gone over, is you are going to complete your Virginia plan. VA is obviously the abbreviation for Virginia. And New Jersey plan. Research questions. That is your assignment for today. Your attendance is going to kind of be doubled up when you send me in a picture of your quiz answers from the weekly review quiz. So when this video ends, right now you're going to give me your research on the Virginia plan and the New Jersey plan, as well as your answers to your weekly review quiz. As always, if you have any questions, I'm here at the laptop all day, answering them as soon as possible. Look forward to seeing you guys next week on Tuesday. Hope you have a great weekend. Take care.